afternoon, everyone. Welcome to yet another great edition of Topic Time with Harrison Young. It is really heating up out there. It is finally feeling like summer. And of course, as usual, we're heating things up in here with another great guest. Kind of a unique situation, but I'll get to her in a minute. First, I got to read the underwriters, and she's tied in with one of them, so that makes it even more interesting. This is the first time that's ever happened. So here we go. The underwriters are as follows. Carver Jewelers right here in the building. Ronald R. and Lyle L. Delano here in Carver, like I said. Wicked Health Natural Foods and Supplements in Kingston. Brian's Barbershop, hair cutting for men, women, and children in Kingston. They're a new one. Plimpton Cycles in Plimpton, great motorcycles and repairs. Good old Dave's Automotive in Hanson on Route 58. Outback Arms Gun Shop, that's a new one in Plimpton. And Smoke and Ashes Tobacco Company, represented by this young lady, Makia McKenzie. That's my guest tonight at the Abington News.
Yeah.
And they have stores at convenient locations in Abington, Whitman, Weymouth, Hanson, and Pembroke. And I want to thank you all very much. And you too, as you're sitting here folding the T-shirts for the very company that we just mentioned. So, Makia McKenzie, welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. You've been underwriting the show for a while, and now you wanted to be on it, and now you're on it.
I'm here.
Careful what you wish for, you got it.
I made it.
Okay. Now, I want to lead off with a funny story. Now, I just figured out within the last couple of weeks how to pronounce your name. So I went by your Facebook name, which says Meech.
Yep.
So here's what happened. A couple of weeks ago, I went into the store, your fine store, Abington News, and I asked for you. I says, "Is Meech here?" And they says, "Who's Meech?" they didn't know who Meech was. And I have to admit, I was kind of embarrassed. And I just walked out of the store with my tail between my legs because it was it was goofy, but it was a little off-putting because, my thought was that when you went in there, they'd say some weird guy came in asking for Meech. And finally, we figured out that it was Makia, but I thought maybe you'd be upset that I mispronounced your name. But it does look like Meech on the Facebook page. Okay. So now I thought, I want to talk to you about you're not an actress, you're not a model. You could be probably if you wanted to be, but you're happy doing what you're doing. You're a young entrepreneur.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about just basically you. I can interview anybody. That's what I do. It's the art of conversation. It isn't the quality of the person. It's the quality of the discussion that matters.
Right on.
So we're going to have a killer show. Well, Makia McKenzie, thank you for being on my show tonight, and it's an honor to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Now this is what I do with all my guests. I try to backtrack and find out how they got where they're at. Now So you're young, you're a millennial, I'm guessing, looking at you. You look pretty, in your 20s at the most, I'm thinking.
Like what, like 22, 23?
Give or take, maybe more.
Maybe more.
The reason I'm saying that is because sometimes when people say that, you try to talk your age down, and when they do, I think that makes me think they may be a little older, and they're trying to get away with looking younger than their actual age.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. So getting back to my question, so what I want to know is, as a kid, how did you end up, what were you like as a kid? What did you do? What extracurricular activities that might have led to where you're at now? Or even it didn't lead to what you're at now. Talk about your life as a kid, where you grew up.
Okay.
And we'll take it from there. Go ahead. If I have any questions, I'll throw them at you.
Sounds good. So I'm from Boston.
Okay, Boston?
City of Boston, right
go.
in Boston. Not outside of Boston. I've been living in Mattapan, Dorchester.
Okay.
I've lived in Roxbury. I lived in Jamaica Plain. I'm from Boston.
You're from Boston.
Yep.
Those are all boroughs of Boston.
All boroughs in Boston. So I'm from Boston.
Yep.
Grew up in Mattapan.
Okay.
I was the only girl on my street.
Okay.
So played a lot of basketball.
Okay. With the boys?
I was the only girl.
You're the only girl, but okay.
There was probably about 5 other boys on the street, and me and the boys.
So you were an athlete?
I was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I played basketball my whole life.
You still look pretty athletic.
I do my thing sometimes, you know. I dibble and dabble a little bit.
Okay.
I played soccer,
in
softball.
High school?
In high school, I played soccer, softball, basketball.
Okay, so you were an athletic sort. Were you ever in a league at all?
I played summer leagues. Everyone in Boston knows BNBL.
Leagues.
Did a short term with AAU. And then even now, like I randomly do some leagues, adult leagues,
adult leagues.
Yeah, for the folks who are doing 9 to 5 and a little washed up.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You coach them, or you play?
No, I play.
You play.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, you probably are in the best shape of all of them. Sounds like the older the people are, then. I'm just
I wouldn't say the best shape, but
Okay.
Still a little active. I'm still active.
So how did you? All right. So how did you wind up as you're the manager of the Smoke and Ashes Tobacco chain, right now?
Correct. I manage the company.
You manage the company, which is a
Right.
pretty big step for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huge deal.
So how did you go from just being a woman from Dorchester or Mattapan
Yep.
to doing that? Did you go to college for it? Did you go to trade school? Did you take any online courses or what? What
So
did you
when
do?
I was younger, like I've always wanted, to make money.
There you go.
With me being the only girl on the street, me and the boys, we're
Yep.
just sitting there playing basketball. After a while, it gets boring. So we're like, hey, let's see if we can wash a couple cars.
There
so
you go.
we can. I think this is when like PlayStation came out, or we wanted to buy games for our Sega
Cool.
and stuff. So we like, how are we gonna get money for the Sega? Because mom says no, or dad says no. So
Wow.
we wash cars, we cut grass, we do wipe your windows, anything we could do to make money, we do it.
There
I
you go.
remember one of my good friends, his mom one day came with a box of like Twix peanut butters, and she was
Okay.
like, I don't eat this. It was probably like a 40 pack.
Okay.
I don't eat them either. I took them to school. I was like third or fourth grade, took them to school, sold them.
Sold them at
$1
school?
a piece.
Well, okay. Well, this was like supposed to be like a gratuity for you kids to snack on, but you didn't eat them. Instead, you sold them and made money.
I made money.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Very enterprising.
Yeah, so that was always my train of thought. I
Okay.
went to school. I was like, I'm gonna do business management.
Okay. Well, did you go to school for that somewhere?
I started to go to school for that.
Okay.
I went to St. John's University in New York.
Okay.
Started to go to school for business
Is
management.
that upstate New York or in the
Nope,
city?
it's in the city, Queens.
It's in the city.
Yep.
Okay. All
right
right.
in Queens. I couldn't pass calculus, man.
You couldn't do which?
I couldn't pass calculus.
Oh, that's a tough. I never even got that far
Yeah,
in high school, so I know that's a tough math.
Pre-calculus, no problem. Calculus was a requirement, couldn't pass it. So I ended up coming back home and went to UMass Boston.
Okay, that was a good choice.
Got my degree from there because I got out of business management.
Okay.
I went to communications. Worked out.
You changed your major to communications.
Correct. So I got my degree
Okay.
in communication.
Now, why did you pick communications? Now, see, the reason I ask is because people that pick communications generally want to get into the entertainment industry. Either in media or acting, or something like
So
like that.
I want to be clear.
Yep.
I majored in communication, not communications. Those are two different things.
Really?
Yes,
That's why we
sir.
ask these questions on top of time.
Yes, sir.
So now I want to ask you to explain the difference.
Okay, so communications is media.
Communication is just what it sounds like.
Communication is just the
Art
art
of
of
conversation.
language.
There you
Of
go.
language. How do you interpret it?
Yep.
How you receive it? How you throw it out there?
Right.
Just the art of communicating.
Wow.
And that's what I got my degree in.
That is amazing because I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I didn't know the difference. I wanted business management, and my counselor was like, "Listen, kid, you're not gonna pass calculus. So what else do you want to do?"
Fall back on something better.
So
And
she
you-
gave me that.
And I always say everything happens for a reason, and it
does.
sounds like it did.
I'm a firm believer in that.
Okay. Now this is at St. John, or when you came back to UMass?
This is UMass.
UMass.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Now, what exactly did the curriculum for that look like at school? What kind of courses did you take? Obviously not calculus. For communication.
For communication.
Yeah, for the program.
A lot of interpreting how you feel. So we get
Any public speaking courses?
of course.
Yeah, okay.
Tons of it. Tons of public speaking.
Because I didn't do too well in public speaking in high school, but this is college, and this was.
Weirdly enough, I did. I did really well.
Well, that's
in-
not weird. You're eloquent. I can understand that.
But
you
we
did.
would have to make speeches about anything, like how to make something,
I
how
know.
to do.
That's what I'm
And
saying. I
think
took a course like
my
that.
first speech was how to make a tuna fish sandwich.
Okay.
And after 3 speeches, and every week we'd have to do a speech, maybe twice a week we'd do a
Right.
speech. And I think 3 weeks in, my professor was like, "Hey, you want to be on the debate team?"
Beautiful.
I'm like, "Me?" He's like, "Yeah, like you're pretty good at this." And I'm like, "Oh,
What did you do?
But I
Did
didn't
you
do
join
it.
it?
nah,
Why
I
not?
don't have time for that."
Oh, you didn't have time?
Nah, I was working, man.
Well,
Trying-
okay.
trying
What
to
were you
make
doing
money.
for work then?
Probably back then. I
Were you
think
working your way through were you paying your own tuition?
some of it, yeah.
Oh, good. Wow.
Some of it got a couple scholarships, got some help from my family, and then I paid the rest.
There you
And,
go. Wow.
I've been in management ever, retail management. So I was like a star at Shaw's.
Okay.
I was a supervisor at Shaw's, and then did an internship to be.
Which Shaw's? I'm just curious.
So it's in Lower Mills, Dorchester.
Oh, okay, Dorchester.
In Dorchester.
Yep.
So yeah, I was a supervisor there. Then I got an internship for Stop and Shop
Cool.
as a store manager. Did that.
Okay.
Just kept going.
Now, right now, you have a pretty nice position.
Yeah.
You probably have more people working for you now than you ever did before, right? Would you say?
No.
I mean, well, I mean, are you in charge?
No.
These stores I mentioned when I did the beginning.
Yep.
I mean, when I did the underwriters reads. Are you in charge of all of them?
Yes, I run the company. Yeah.
You run the company,
Yeah.
so you're responsible for every one of those stores.
Correct.
Okay, so in a sense, I mean, when you were managing Shaw's or Stop and did you Shaw's? You said right, not Stop and Shop. Or
Same.
you interned at Stop and Shop.
Managed there, and I did Target as well.
You did Target as well.
Yep.
But in each of those cases, you were just doing one store. Now you're doing like 5.
Right.
So does your assignment require you to go? Does your job description require you to go around to all the stores, make sure they're running smoothly? Is that how that works?
It doesn't require me to go around, but I do. It's because it's just in my nature. I like to check in and make sure things are running smooth.
Okay, but let's say there's a problem with one of the stores, like say the Pembroke store, their inventory is way off.
Yep.
So it falls on your lap, doesn't
Correct.
it?
I'm going right in there, of course. Yep.
So you kind of need to go to every one of the stores and make sure they're running smoothly.
You should.
right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, if you don't, you stand a chance to mess up. I mean,
Well, if they're running
plus you have to
smooth,
watch
you don't
the
have to
people
go
that
in.
you have to watch. You have to check on the people that are working for you.
Right.
And that's very important when you do business. So now, let me ask you this, and this is kind of a blunt question. How would you categorize yourself as a manager or as an organizer of people? I mean, if on a scale of 1 to 10, let's say, I'm talking about a couple of different categories:
Okay.
being mean to nice,
Yep.
and being, and the difference between really getting people, getting the ship shape, organization.
Running the ship, yeah.
How would you classify yourself in those 2 categories? From mean to nice, and from the ability to run things smoothly.
Okay.
If you don't want to answer, you want
I
to
can
answer.
answer it.
Go ahead.
I can answer it. So from mean to nice,
Yeah.
I think I'd say I'm about a 5 on a scale from 1 to 10.
Okay, you're average.
And only because
You have to.
I could be
It's your
extremely
job to
stern.
make it done. Do it
Right,
right.
but I don't
Okay.
think I'm ever mean. I'm very.
Okay.
I can be stern,
Yep.
but I'm pretty nice.
Yes.
I'm very nice.
Yep.
I think my demeanor is pretty much you do what I ask you to do,
Right.
and we're good.
That's it.
We're good.
Okay.
I'm not a stickler for a lot of things that other companies are.
Okay.
I just want to make money.
Sure.
And I want to have fun doing it.
Yep.
And that is what I promote to everyone that before this company
Right.
and at this company.
Okay.
Just to, hey, do what I ask you to do.
Yep.
We're good.
Okay.
And that's that.
Okay, that's perfect. Now what about your ability to organize people? What would you give yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'd say about an 8.
That's
8
great.
or 9.
Okay.
There's always room for improvement. Of course, I can
Yep.
always be better, but I think I'm pretty good.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, because not only do I say, do what I ask you to do, it's, well, what do you need from me? How can I help you
Okay.
do what you need to do?
So you interact well with people.
I try to, yeah.
Okay. It sounds like, and obviously you're where you. So now I remember back in the fall. You just took over for this woman named Lisa that was working there.
Correct.
So how did that come about? Did she just get another job?
I believe so. I don't know.
You don't know
too
that. You didn't
much
know her.
about. Nope. I don't know too much about her.
You met Mr. Brennan. He's the guy that hired you, right?
Correct. Yep,
Okay.
yep.
And he's kind of a devil may care guy, but I met him and he loves the show.
Yeah.
Back in the fall when I
Yep.
showed him one of the shows. So that's pretty cool. How did he find you?
So he actually put an ad out for
Okay.
for the show. I mean, for the show.
That's
for
fine.
the
For the company.
for the company.
Yeah.
And I was just honestly, I was at the
And they had what? One of the trade journals
no, like
online.
like online.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I think I saw the ad on Indeed.
Okay.
Wasn't really looking for a job, but I looked at the job description and I was like, that's me. That's what
you.
I do. I can do that.
Right.
Yeah, sure. I hit apply. I didn't think I would get an answer back or anything like that. I was fine at the job.
It must have been ecstatic when you found out.
I was fine at the job I was at. I was doing my thing, doing
What was
good.
that? Oh, before one of the other big stores.
CVS.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's well,
So
CVS. I mean, were you the manager of a lot of CVS stores, or just like in all of Massachusetts? or
Nope,
this-
just one. Just one downtown Boston. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, let me ask you this now. I mean, you grew up in Mattapan.
Yep.
And I like Mattapan. In fact, I got a friend named Marlon Janus. I don't know if you know him.
I don't.
You don't? Okay.
Nope.
Well, he has his own radio show in the area.
Okay.
So, do you prefer? I mean, you're not in Boston anymore, right? I mean,
No, I don't live in Boston.
you don't
anymore.
live in Boston.
No.
Do you find that are you happy where you're living now because of where you're working? I mean, do you
Yeah,
feel-
I mean, of course. I
Yeah.
used to drive from where I live to
Okay.
Boston every day, and that was no fun.
Right, I understand. You didn't take
Long drive, man.
Well, it can be, especially with the traffic.
Right.
But now, I mean, But now you're kind of more in the burbs than you were in Boston.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, you still have family in Boston, though, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now, I know that we may have discussed this on the phone and everything. You've never done anything in entertainment. You've never done. I know you played sports. You never tried singing, dancing.
Nah.
None of that stuff.
No.
Acting.
In the car, I sing.
In the car, you sing. Okay. Okay. What about? I mean, let me ask you. What do you know? I always try to give advice to my guests that might help them out and they don't need to follow it. They can tell me to screw off if they want. but you have a nice outgoing personality.
Okay.
What were the idea? And you like laughing. What about the idea of possibly getting up on stage and trying stand up sometime somewhere?
I don't think I'm that funny, man.
Well, I think you could be if you wanted to be.
I don't know.
You
I
just
do
have-
anything.
You project yourself so well.
Thank you.
But it would take a little bit of effort on your part. But see, here's the thing: being that that you're so motivated at what you do, and believe me, a lot of people. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm kind of guessing your age range is pretty young, and a lot of people in the age range that I'm guessing you're in might not be as motivated as you are at doing what you do. But the fact that you're so motivated would give you incentive if you wanted to try other things as well.
I love my job. I love what I do.
Okay, that's fine. Then don't do it.
So don't do stand up. Okay.
All right. That having been said, you love your job.
Yep.
So do you have any plans to do more of the same? I mean, say summer's coming. What does the next few months or the next few years look like for you? What is your perspective? Just to continue doing what you're doing,
Well,
or doing other things as well?
Well, I mean, doing my job,
Yeah.
making the company grow.
Right.
That is my number one priority.
Okay. Yep. That's it.
Plain and simple. Making the continue to have the company grow and all that jazz.
Okay.
And as for myself, I have investments and things on the side
Okay.
outside of work and continuing to build that.
Yep.
But definitely as far as Smoke and Ashes and Abington News is concerned, just growth.
Yeah.
Growth. Bringing new things to the company that we haven't done before, they haven't seen before.
Okay.
Just last Memorial Day, we had a cookout.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that, and I tried to get people on. I gave some. You gave me some leaflets, and I passed them around.
No, that's cool. I appreciate
Yeah,
that. Thank
yeah.
you for doing that for
Sure.
us. And we had a
Sorry
cookout.
I couldn't make it either.
It's all right, brother.
Yeah.
It's cool. People came through, and it
Yeah.
was a good time. We had fun, and all the employees came. And,
Yep.
and that's what mattered to the company.
Was that your idea to have that cookout?
Yeah.
Was? Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
That's
but
great.
I unbeknownst to me, they haven't done that before, and I didn't know. I thought I'm a cookout person. I'm
You know,
always on the grill.
That's an IBM style of concept where you come up with an idea that nobody else tried, and it turns out to be gold, which it really was.
Yeah, but it was so basic because I'm always cooking out. I'm always
Okay.
on the grill. If it's a nice day, I don't care if it's a Tuesday
Sure.
or
Doesn't matter
on
what
a
day of the
Monday,
week.
I'm on the grill. So I was like, hey, I'm not doing anything on Memorial Day. Let's cook out.
What about that leads me to ask, what about the 4th of July? You doing another one?
Probably not. I'll probably be doing something at home.
Okay.
But there's other days during the summer that we'll
good.
definitely be
Okay.
out there again.
Yeah, I mean, after a while,
For sure.
if my memory serves me correctly, the Memorial Day, the weather wasn't as good as it is now.
No, it was nice.
It was
hot.
okay. Wasn't that? That's right. It was nice.
very hot.
It was hot. Yeah.
Really sunny.
Yeah, that's right. It was like a bipolar day. You had a hot day and a bipolar system, hot, cold, but now it's hot and it's cloudy. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you say you talk about expanding the business, does that mean you're going to try to open more stores?
We could. That's always an option.
Yep. Okay.
We just want to make sure that there's, growth and that we're making our stores the best we can be. And if the store is like, all right, we've done so much, we can't think of anything else to do. And, then
Okay.
that cash register is dinging, then we'll open up another store.
Okay. Right.
Or if there's a need for it. If we're in a town where like this store needs, this town needs a smoke shop, we're going
Right.
to open up a smoke shop.
Okay.
We're going to continue to grow any way we can.
It's a-
this
you know,
way,
you have-
that way, this
Yep.
way. We're growing.
I understand. It's a
Yeah.
smoke shop, but it's a now. Here's the thing. I don't smoke. I have asthma.
Yep.
And I'm perfectly okay with people smoking. I think it's great. I think tobacco. You're not hurting anybody by smoking. And plus, you have vape now. I mean,
Right.
now let me ask you this: do you feel that vape? I mean, you sell vape products too.
Yep.
Do you feel that it's competitive? Is it competitive for the stores that just sell vape stuff? Do you think that give you a run for your money? Meaning, I would say no based on what I've seen.
For the stores that just sell vape,
Yeah.
give us a run?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think so. I didn't think so
Absolutely
either.
not. No.
I've seen tons of people in your store. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like I'm lucky to get a parking space there, and it's
That's
a quiet
right.
little it's a
Good.
quiet
That's
corner.
what I like to
that.
hear.
I know.
That's what I like to
exactly. Okay. So what do you do for PR though? What is it? I mean, in addition, do you go online and say, I mean, beside the barbecue, do you do anything else? Have you done anything else? Do you plan to?
Yeah, so we've done flea markets.
Okay,
We
yeah, I
just
think you
did
mentioned that
just,
too.
You know, just to be there. We're doing small things for exposure within the community.
Right.
So that we're getting ready to do a golf tournament.
Okay,
On the
wow.
21st in Pembroke.
Where?
A golf
know,
course in Pembroke. I don't
Ritters,
remember.
maybe? You say some golf course in Pembroke?
Yeah.
Well, that's Ritters. That's the only one.
I'm not from here.
Oh, wait a
Harrison.
minute.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
Know, man.
No, you know what? It's not Ritters. Ritters is in East Bridgewater. But okay, but that's great though. It's going to be wonderful.
Right, so that's some exposure for us.
Yep.
We're doing just small scale in-house community things. We're definitely online all the time on
Yep.
our own social media.
Right.
Slowly but surely getting on the radio and getting in the newspaper and
Talk
things
about
like
the all
that.
right, talk about the radio. What radio station have you been on and in what capacity?
So not for this company.
Right.
I've been on a radio station. It is NPR.
Okay. Oh, really?
Locally.
I know
in-
an NPR was the educational.
Correct. So
radio
I was
station.
on NPR
What were you talking
a
about
couple
on
of
that?
years back. I was talking about education
Cool.
and how it is not so affordable.
Okay.
So-
That's no surprise.
Right.
But
Secondary education is not really affordable, and I was just talking about that.
the fact that they picked you to talk about it is pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's cool, right?
Yeah, it
they
is.
did. They did pick me.
Do you remember who interviewed you?
I do not remember who. I remember I did this interview for an organization that helped me out through my whole college experience,
Okay.
which is Bottom Line.
Were you still in college when you did the interview?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So you were a student and you were talking about how the tuition was pretty high.
Correct. Yeah, I
Okay.
was talking about my whole process from going to school,
Yep.
going to college, having to leave college, and then going back.
Right.
And all
You mean
about
when you
just the
changed from the
funds.
St. John's to coming back to okay?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. But did you mention the calculus thing?
No, I didn't tell him
You
about
didn't
that
mention
one.
that.
No.
By the way, I flunked calculus.
I
That's
didn't
the
tell him
only
about
reason.
that
It
one,
is just
man.
the tuition. Okay. Okay, that's awesome. Now, what about the idea of possibly maybe teaching a course to some high school or college age kids about business management? Would you ever think of maybe doing that?
Yeah, I would love to.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That might be something you might want to look into.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure my hunch is you'd be great at it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you get these T-shirts made up? They look very nice.
So I tell them what I want on it, and they do it.
Okay.
And that's just how that works. And I
Yeah.
brought this one for you.
Okay, I appreciate
Smoking
it.
ashes.
That'll fit me just fine.
I hope so.
All the muscles in my body
Yeah.
will ripple through that.
Bow! Right,
Yeah,
yeah,
right,
exactly. And this one is Abington News,
Yep.
and that's for our convenience store.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet.
So brought
Welcome
you two.
home.
Yeah, man, welcome home. When
Okay.
you come into Abington News, we want you to feel like you're at home. And
Now you
You
guys
know.
sell lottery tickets there too, right?
yeah, at all of our stores.
Has anyone won a big jackpot in any of the stores?
I
you're aware
don't
of?
want to
You
give
be-
out false information.
Then don't.
But I heard we sold a pretty big ticket about 2 days ago.
Oh, pretty.
so,
really?
yeah,
Well, if
but,
it's that big, we'll probably see it on the news.
Right. So
okay. I mean, if it's 6 figures, we definitely will.
yeah. So I think it was a pretty big
Huh?
pretty big ticket. So, but I'm not sure, so I can't say much.
Okay.
You know, that's all I can say.
You serve coffee there too, right?
We serve coffee, iced coffee, hot coffee,
Okay.
iced tea, and lemonade's coming soon.
Okay,
All
cool.
that jazz. Yeah.
No donuts though, right?
We have donuts.
You have donuts?
We got donuts. We got bear claws. We have danishes.
Whoa.
We got cookies.
Like, I saw the
We
cookies.
got granola bars.
You got granola bars, and I
Yes,
think
sir.
I saw some.
We got pies.
Yeah, you got. I think you even got Red Bull.
Of course, yeah,
Yeah.
we got Red Bull. We
Yeah,
got
give someone a jolt, right? Well, guess-
strawberry milk, chocolate milk. We got it.
Oh, there you go. Listen to her. No wonder it's so fun to manage that chain.
No, it's a good time.
Well, guess what? Speaking of a good time, we're down within the last 5 minutes of the show.
Okay.
We made it go by.
That was quick.
It was. So it always is because people have a great time with me on Topic Time. So what I want you to do,
Yes, sir.
I hope you did. You had a great time with me.
Oh yeah,
Okay. Yeah, right. That's keeping your fingers crossed there.
I had a great time.
That's all I need to hear. So what I want you to do in the remaining time is give shouts out to people that are going to see the show, friends, family members, whoever.
Oh really?
Yeah, there's just look at the orange light there. And
So
that's your
should I
key.
do it like I won a Grammy or something? Like I want to thank
Sure.
my mom,
Thank them wherever you want.
my grandparents.
There you go.
The Brennans for giving me this opportunity to
Hey,
be a
what's
part
his
of your
name,
family.
Mr. Brennan? Thanks for having us. She was a great guest.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Brennan. The whole Brennan family for allowing me to be a part of your family and your company. I appreciate it. Huge opportunity.
There you go.
My family at home, my daughter Isabella. You know,
You which?
my daughter.
You got a daughter?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's amazing. That's why it's so hard to believe that. That's why I looked at you and I thought I mean, I know you look old enough to have a child, but whoa, that's wonderful. Okay. Well, speaking of your daughter,
Yep.
is she gonna? You think she's gonna follow in your footsteps eventually, or don't you know?
Oh,
She's
yeah.
probably too young.
She'll be way greater than me. Yeah.
She'll be which?
She'll be greater than me.
Well, that's
yeah.
the way it should be.
She'll be greater than me. Yeah.
Mr. Brennan, his name's Jim, right?
No.
I thought his
Dave?
name. Dave, I'm sorry, Dave. Sorry. She said Mr. Brennan, and I figured you were on a first name basis with him. I hope he forgives me for that little faux pas.
I hope he
have met him.
forgives you too.
I've been in the office upstairs. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you have your own? You have your own little desk up there?
I have my own big desk up there.
Yeah, I
don't
meant big, yeah.
belittle me, Harrison. I have a
I'm
nice
sorry.
big desk.
Okay. All right. Now, have you ever written anything I mean, I'm just wondering. I've written a couple of books, and I'm wondering. I always like to encourage people to be creative if they can in other ways.
I've written plenty of papers.
But
in
only for school?
Yep.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
Ever do any artwork, sculpting, drawing, painting?
Good at that. I went to a paint night once where you drink and you paint.
You drink and you
You
paint?
drink and you paint. Drink wine and paint, man. It was beautiful. Good time.
Yeah, and the more drunk you are, the better it looks. Until you sober up.
You said it.
Well, Micaiah, you were a great guest, and
Thank you.
And before the show, after the show ends, I'm going to know exactly how to spell your name because
Yep.
we're going to have to put it right on the sheet so
Okay.
Chris can put it correctly on the graphics for the show.
Okay, cool.
So, and also, I just want you to know too that if there's anybody that you know, either in business or in the entertainment industry, because in the world we live in now, the people online can mingle with people that are a little more famous than they are.
Correct.
I'd love to have them on as guests. If you had a
Okay.
good time, please pass the word about
Send
Topic
them your
Time.
way.
A lot of my thank you, and a lot of my guests come from word of mouth.
Okay.
Okay, so Micaiah, great job tonight. You ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Great job. Okay, folks, thanks for another great episode of Topic Time. See you next time. Take care. Here we go. And that's it.